Good. That looks good. All right. Hello, YouTube. Hello, guys. How are we today? What am I doing here? There we go. A little more red, maybe. Yeah, a little more red. All right. Welcome, guys. Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about Putin. Oh, we're going to talk about Trump and Putin. That's for sure. Let me get TikTok rolling. TikTok is very funny because some special effect went on by accident on TikTok, and it's cracking me up because I look like a gang member. This is the funniest damn thing. I'm leaving it on for a second just because it's very funny. Oh my God, literally, it looks like gang member. It's like MS-13. So this is a special effect that turned itself on when I was trying to find one of the TikTok things. I'm going to go and like find the setting, but I thought I'd leave it for a second for you guys. Oh my God, funniest damn thing. I mean, tell me it doesn't look like a gang member. They've got, actually, TikTok has very cool special effects. I'll say that. Where are the effects here? Hang on. Now I'm trying to find the effects to turn them off. Here, maybe? Effect. Oh, I think that's one of the effects. Hang on. Oh, let's try a few of them. Oh, this is too. Oh my God. Oh, that's pretty fun. Sorry, there are really cool effects on TikTok. Oh no, that's pretty funny, actually. Wow. Okay, that's pretty fun. What is this? Oh, it changes your face? Oh, that's a little weird. Oh. I'm gonna have too much fun here. Oh, okay. Stuff that's kind of fun. That's just weird. Hold on. We're not going to go through everything, but oh, that's kind of subtly nice. Okay. Oh, that's kind of subtly nice too. I'm not going to do it for the show today. Is this going to do a thing on my arm? Oh. Does it? Oh, I can move it. It should go on my. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, and then it creeps in all sorts of weird places. What does this do? Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of fun. I'm not going to go through everything, but it does have a number of. Oh, that's just goofy. Okay, I'm going to stop now. So I'm having fun with all the TikTok. Oh, wait, what is that? The sound like? Ooh. Okay. All right, we're having too much fun here. Oh. I mean, these things are pretty. Actually, that's pretty freaking funny. All right, I'm going to stop. I'm having way too much fun here. I'm sorry. Way too much fun. This has got to be the best one though. Like okay. All right, I'm done now. That was too fun. You got a picture, Amanda? Good. That was too much fun. Oh my. Anyway, well, we needed a little break. That's the break we needed. Oh my. Anyway, welcome everybody. John Aravosis here. I'm going to put my fan on in the room here. It's getting a little warm. Yep, no Kings. Big protest Saturday. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about everything. All right, put on there we go. My fan. All righty. All right, welcome everybody. John Aravosis here. We're going to talk about the latest news, including latest news from Ukraine. There is some big breaking news on that front. Scary. Trump is going taco again. Surprise. Do keep the gifts coming, as I always say. Your gifts are very important. When you get a gift, you become a member of the community. You get lots of little benefits like cool emojis. You join our Saturday show, which we're probably not doing this Saturday because I'm running off to the protest, the No Kings protest. But every other Saturday, not every other Saturday, all the other Saturdays, I have a special show just for the paid monthly subscribers on TikTok, YouTube, and Discord. So please keep the gifts coming. I do this full time and very much appreciate it. Subscriptions are fine too. I mean, they take a lot of the subscription money, but subscriptions are helpful too in the long run. Anyway, so let's get rolling here. Trump, oh God, Trump has gone taco again. So you know how Trump's new nickname is Trump always caves on everything? Trump always caves on everything. Trump always chickens out. That's the nickname, taco. So Zelensky's coming to town. It looked like Trump was considering, thank you, Melanie, for the goggles. It looked like Trump was considering going to giving the Tomahawk cruise missiles to Ukraine tomorrow. The Senate was getting ready to put sanctions on Russia. Trump's defense secretary even yesterday said we need to send more weapons to Ukraine because Trump, Putin isn't backing down. Trump said Putin doesn't want peace. So what does Putin do? Putin calls Trump. Thank you for the gift, Carol. Putin calls Trump and says, Donald, I want to meet with you. Let's have a peace summit about Ukraine. And Trump's like, yay! What else does Putin say? This one really cracked me up. And Trump repeats this. Putin said, I'm paraphrasing, but this is what he said. Putin said, I brought peace to the Middle East that they haven't seen for hundreds of years. There's never been a peace agreement like I negotiated in the Middle East in quote, hundreds of years. Yeah, Putin was lying. Just for the record, thank you, Carrie. Very nice gift. Those are always so cool. This coin bot. Oh, and the wings. We do love the wings. There we see. We learned. We have to kind of back up to be able to see the wings. Thank you for those. But who was our wingman? Our wing girl, Christina. Thank you, Christina. So Putin told Trump, there's never been a peace in the Middle East in literally hundreds of years like the one you've accomplished. Actually, he's full of shit. Couple things. I'm going to give you examples. First of all, Trump didn't bring, and Trump claimed this too. Trump claimed the other day, I brought peace to the Middle East. You didn't bring peace to the Middle East. You brokered a ceasefire between Hamas, the terrorist group, and Israel. Now, yes, you did broker the ceasefire. Thank you, Cindy. Pretty flower. They explode, I think. Oh, no, they don't explode. It's the reverse. Thank you for that. He claimed that he brought peace to, he didn't bring peace to the Middle East. He negotiated a ceasefire, and that's great. I don't think the ceasefire is going to last. Hamas is a terrorist group. Hamas is still in power in Gaza, and Israel's not going to accept that. Hamas is going to make one wrong move, and Israel's going in again, or they're at least going to bomb whatever. Having said that, Trump also, I mean, but it's a ceasefire. It's a good ceasefire right now. I mean, it's a good thing. For Putin and for Trump to repeat this, no one's ever accomplished such a significant peace in the Middle East as the ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. Let me give you some examples of much more significant peace in the Middle East that has been brokered. 1978, Jimmy Carter, Camp David Accords, peace between Egypt and Israel. Huge. No one at that point had reached peace with Israel. Nobody. And Jimmy Carter brokered it between Israel and Egypt. Huge. I mean, huge in the history of the world, huge kind of peace, right? Thank you, Jackie. Oslo Accords in the 1990s between Israel and the Palestinians brought them into negotiations and mutual recognition. Again, hugely important that Israel and the Palestinians mutually recognize each other. Okay? Thank you, Luis. Peace treaty between Israel and Jordan, 1994. Huge. We're talking peace between one of the largest Arab governments and Israel. Huge. This is not some little terrorist group in a little territory next door to Israel. It's one of the lead Arab governments, which sets the stage for other Arab governments to have peace with Israel, right? Then there's the Treaty of Lausanne of 1923, which came after World War I. It ended war between the Allied powers and Turkey, but had a huge impact on peace, not just peace, but on the sort of the structuring of the whole entire region. Trump's, of course, a moron. Putin is a KGB expert, colonel. Putin knows how to play Trump, and he played him. It's just unbelievable. Keep in mind what happened last time Putin met with Trump. First, every time Putin meets with Trump. Putin, last time, Trump remember the famous 2-week deadline? And Trump said, that's it. 2 weeks, Putin better agree to a ceasefire or I'm going in and he's not going to like what I do next, Trump says. So they almost get to the 2-week mark, or maybe they got to the 2-week mark. And Putin says, let's have a summit, Donald. And Trump goes, yay. Trump goes and has the summit in Alaska, agrees to all of Putin's terms. After the summit, Trump realized he got tricked and backed off. But Trump agrees to all of Putin's terms and then goes on. That was the night Trump went on Sean Hannity's show on Fox News and said, you know, Putin told me I won in 2020. And you're going, oh my God. And Trump is saying this. Go listen to Sean Hannity's show. You can Google it. Trump is saying it because he's saying it as though I told you so. And even Putin said I won in 2020, but the reason I lost, so to speak, was because of mail-in ballots. And Trump decided he was going to really go after mail-in ballots because Putin told him to. And he admitted this, and he admitted it as if this was normal. Well, Putin filled him in on the truth, right? This is what Putin does. last time Putin did, he's doing this. He knew Trump was about to give Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine. So he figured, let's have another summit. And he's going to get together in the Helsinki summit. My God, that was the worst one. Every time Putin has gotten together with Trump walks out the door a changed man, like literally, right? I mean, wedded to Putin's hip. Anything Trump thought before, he flips 180 completely. He is going to come out of this summit parroting Putin's talking points again. It's just, I mean, again, unbelievable yet so believable. Anyway, Zelensky's meeting Trump tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Trump already is backing away. Trump already said today, because the Senate was getting ready to pass, Republicans in the Senate were getting ready to pass a sanctions bill on Russia. And Trump came out and today, quote, "It may not be perfect timing to pass the Senate bill right now." He's backing off because Putin said, let's have a meeting. Again. Oh, and they're going to have the meeting in Hungary where the wannabe Soviet dictator Orban, Putin's best buddy, lives, because, why wouldn't they do that? Any case, government shutdown. U.S. government shutdown is going to extend into next week at least. Senators are leaving Capitol Hill. The Republicans in the Senate called basically another vacation. It's Thursday. They stopped working. They do that. They stopped working today. So they're going to go home for a long weekend. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, the Republican, says the House of Representatives isn't coming back like ever until we get the government opening up again. Most people think that's because he's afraid of an Epstein vote and he's doing it for Trump. That basically part of the reason the government is shut down is because the House of Representatives is shut down is because Donald Trump is afraid that there's enough votes in the House to force the Epstein files to be released. And of course, as you know, Trump is hiding the Epstein files and refusing to release them after promising to release them earlier. CNN had an interesting new poll about the government shutdown. Read some of this for you. Thank you, Hannah, for the gift. Americans see plenty of blame to go around for the shutdown, according to a new AP NORC poll. 58% say Republicans in Congress deserve at least quite a bit of the responsibility for the shutdown. 58% also say the same of Trump. 54% say it for Democrats. That's more for Republicans, but only 4 points more, so it's not huge. Roughly half of the public, 48%, assigns a great deal of blame to Trump. 45% to congressional Republicans, 40% to Democrats. That's not bad. It's close, but it's not bad. So 48% blame Trump, 45% blame congressional Republicans, 40% blame congressional Democrats. That's at least, it's not enough, but that's a decent difference. Listen to this. Overall, the Democratic Party's favorability rating stands at 32% compared to the Republicans' 40%. Okay, seriously? After everything these people have tried to do in the last 8 months and 9 months, the level of fascism they have decided to bring to America, these are not my words. These are the words of Governor Newsom of California, Governor Pritzker of Illinois. They're the ones who say we are moving towards a fascist state. We are moving towards a dictatorship. Their words. They're afraid Trump's going to call off elections, according to Newsom of California. And the voters still go, I know, but she smiled and laughed a lot. I don't like Democrats. I mean, seriously? Seriously? I mean, you're going to take a fascist government that is quickly moving us towards dictatorship and say that the party that enables that is still your preferred party because the other guy had a woman who laughed? Voters kind of deserve, if I didn't live here, I would say, you know what? You kind of deserve what's coming. At some point, if you want this kind of a government, okay, wait until they come for you. Wait until they come for you and your loved ones. And then, frankly, what Latinos are now seeing, because a lot of Latinos voted for Trump, didn't like Democrats. And what they're finding is a lot of us were right when we told them these guys don't like you. And that's putting it nicely. And what happened? The Trump people came into office. We told Latinos they were going to come after you. They really don't like you. And now they're coming after them. And they're trying to destroy that community with armed men. And I told you so. The admiral in charge of the Venezuelan boat attack. So You know how Trump has been committing these war crimes down in the Caribbean, blowing up boats of civilians illegally in violation of U.S. law, but also international law? The admiral in charge of it just resigned, which is very interesting. He is black, which is interesting as well, because Trump has fired a lot of the black and female generals and admirals because they're black and women, black and or women, because Trump's view, pretty much Trump said that you couldn't get a job that senior if you were black or a woman. He said it was DEI per se, that blacks and women in senior military jobs per se are DEI, meaning they got the job as affirmative action, not because they deserved it, because that is his racist view. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Claire. That's insane. I don't think I've seen that one before. That was very fun. Thank you for that. Well, this is a black admiral. He disagreed with Trump on the policy. He disagreed on the policy of blowing up the Venezuelan ships, which again is a war crime. And now he's leaving, which is interesting. The Pentagon praised him profusely on his way out, which makes me think he resigned. It makes me think they didn't fire him. Thank you, Gene. Very sweet gift for there. Thank you, the Travel USA. This might be, let's see, this might be the first case of somebody senior resigning in this round of the Trump presidency, which is about time if he did. He should have, right? Somebody should have. A lot of these guys should have. And frankly, you're the admiral in charge of the region. Now, some people were saying it would not be good, like, because a crazy Trump admiral is going to come in. Yeah, but you know what? At some point, you need to stop being a good German. You need to stop saying, well, I was just following orders. At some point, now, I will say this. If he's going to resign, he needs to resign and then go public. It doesn't do any good to resign because you're getting illegal orders and then to shut up afterwards. Because then what are you accomplishing? People think, did they force you out? I mean, like, no, he hasn't even been in the job for a year, by the way, which is interesting. Which lends more to the idea that this is why. Speaking of Venezuela, we found out today, I think Trump himself said it, which of course, classic. Trump let it be known that he has approved covert action, which is no longer covert because Trump confirmed it, to let the CIA operate covertly in Venezuela, basically to overthrow the government, which I don't think this had broken yesterday at this point. It might have. I don't think it did. But I find it pretty funny. Maybe I talked about it yesterday. I'm not sure. I find it pretty funny because, the Trumpers voted for this guy as a peacenik. Remember, America first means ending all war. And then he declares war on Iran, threatens war with Denmark, threatens war with Greenland, threatens war with Panama, threatens Canada and Mexico, blows up lots of ships in the Caribbean. Now he's clearly preparing for war with Venezuela. He's moved over 10,000 troops there. All the military experts say he looks like he's preparing to invade. And now we've got the CIA trying to overthrow the Venezuelan government. And he's literally declared war at home against Democrats and said half the country is terrorists. Do you think if you voted for this man because supposedly he was going to end all war, and now he's threatened, 8 or 10 new wars, that maybe in only 8 or 9 months, maybe there's a problem here? Maybe he was lying to you, right? Just maybe. This one's the Bolton story. Oh, hello. Thank you for the wings. Appreciate that. Thank you. Who got me the wings? Inappropriate. Thank you, Inappropriate. And thank you, Terry and Jean for the cake. Very interesting. So this gets interesting. So the Bolton story is kind of interesting. So another, hello, come on in. There you go. So another critic of Donald Trump got indicted today. This one's a little more complicated. Now, Donald Trump is a menace. He's not very bright. He's a fascist. He's a danger to the country, and he's the worst president, literally, in American history. And he's a criminal. But nonetheless, I say that because it's true. On the Bolton story, he's not entirely to blame. As I said, the difference. Thank you, more wings. That wasn't Tiffany. I think Tiffany did get a heart though. That was Succeed. Oh, hey, Succeed. You're transitioning names, aren't you? um, on the Bolton thing, Trump isn't really to blame. I mean, Trump has called for Bolton to be imprisoned. It's his former national security advisor. But it was the Biden administration that started investigating Bolton for misuse of classified information. Therefore, I am not going to blame Trump for this. Because at least the investigation started under Biden, and the Biden folks thought it was worthy, and the Biden folks thought there was enough there to continue the investigation. So I'm not going to blame him for that one. It should be remembered that Trump basically ordered illegally his Justice Department to indict former FBI Director Comey. They did within weeks. Attorney General of New York, Letitia James, they did within weeks. Called for them to indict Senator Adam Schiff. If they do that, there ought to be big problems if they do that, sitting U.S. senator simply because Donald Trump doesn't like him. Trump yesterday called for his Department of Justice to illegally indict Christopher Wray, the former FBI director. It's not even clear what the problem is. These guys are all Republicans, by the way. Wray and Comey are both Republicans, as is the other guy that Trump yesterday called for, basically ordered his Justice Department to indict illegally, is Jack Smith, the Republican special counsel who investigated Trump for all of his crimes. Trump wants him indicted too now. I mean, the number of impeachable offenses coming out of this guy, except Congress won't impeach him because it's Republicans who the public still approves of, who refuse to hold accountable this serial criminal in our government. You know, man, I mean, yeah. Thank you, Melanie. I'm not sure what to add about it. Audio Power says, can we talk about the Democrat elected that Mike Johnson's refusing to confirm? Yeah. So there's a woman elected. I keep forgetting. It's not Grijalva. Is it Grijalva? The woman now? The wife or whatever? Arizona. Is it Grijalva? I think it is actually. What's her last name? But the woman elected Democrat in Arizona for the U.S. House, who it is Grijalva, yep. Who Speaker Mike Johnson? It's the daughter. I was going to say I didn't think it was the wife. Mike Johnson's refusing to seat, so we've got a new Democrat in Congress. He won't let him sit, or he won't swear her in. Thank you, Spider. And he's doing it because of the Epstein stuff. Because if she comes in, she could be the deciding vote that forces Congress to release the Epstein files. WC says it's been 22 days since she was elected. Again, totally anti-democracy what they're doing. She's an elected member of Congress, and they're simply saying, no, we're not going to let her serve. This is the stuff they do. It is undemocratic. It is un-American, but it's what they do. And they get away with it because who's going to stop them, right? Very scary stuff. Elected on September 23rd. Unbelievable. Chicago. Actually, I want to show you this one really quick. A really cool story out of Chicago of a woman. I don't think I showed you this yesterday. I think I saw this today. The woman in Chicago standing up to the ICE agents, but this is pretty cool. So ICE or Border Patrol, whichever, they're different, but they're the same. They're part of the same agency. They all work together. They pull over a car. Young Latino guy is driving. They pull him over basically because he's Latino, which again should be illegal. And this woman witnesses the whole thing and gets in there, doesn't get in their face. She legally gets in their face, meaning 6 feet away. She's videoing them, calls them out, says, I saw the whole thing. This is illegal what you're doing. And she gets them, thank you, Kim. Very cool gifts. Appreciate the powerful mind. A very nice gift too. She calls them out and says, this is illegal. I am chronicling this. What is your name? I've got your license plate. They let the kid go and they drive away. I mean, this is pretty wild. Yeah. Thank you, Robert. I was almost going to get you on that one, Robert. Flower Lady. Oh, that's a fun pumpkin patch. That's a new one. I think that's a very nice one too. You always get nice gifts. That's a cool one. That must be seasonal. Thank you so much for that. That must be seasonal. So I'm going to show you this video really quick because it's pretty wild. What is neat. I'm not going to show you the whole video because it's like 5 minutes. What is neat about it is, what she's doing is legal. She is not interfering with them. You can't interfere. Otherwise, it's obstruction of justice. You are absolutely allowed to, from 6 or 8 feet away, lecture them, tell them they're bad people, tell them they're committing crimes, tell them it's illegal, tell them you're recording what they're doing. All of that is legal. That's what she did. But in today's climate, that is still very risky, right? I mean, that's still That's still something in today's climate. God bless this woman for having the nerve to speak up. Now, let me see if I have it. I do have it here. Hang on. I'm going to show you a little bit of it. So this is this woman who is watching ICE, who just grabbed the 17-year-old Latino kid, and she gets in their face. Again, legally, not in their, I say in their face metaphorically. She was not in their face. You can't impede them. You can't physically get in their way, but you can bear witness, and that's what she did. This is ballsy in today's day and climate to do this. All right, hold on. Let me get this turned up. Turn on the volume.
How old are you? 17. You're not supposed to stop him. First of all, you guys tried to stop him over there. I was right behind you guys, and I told him to go because you guys were supposed to stop him. It's an illegal traffic stop. Get away from me. Back up. That was an illegal traffic stop. That was an illegal traffic stop in Illinois. It's an illegal traffic stop. So get the hell away from him. He's 17. How old are you? What's your name? Axel. And who is this to you? Okay. And what's his name?
See, now they start to untie him.
They don't have a name. They are. What's his name? Richard what? Richard Martinez. Do you know his date of birth? No, it's okay. He's 17. You guys detained him for no reason. This is an illegal stop. It's an illegal stop. You guys tried to stop him over there when you guys weren't supposed to. Thank you.
I mean, look at her. And they're backing down because they're freaked out.
¿Tienes las contigo? ¿Tienes tu licencia contigo? Para el carro aquí.
I believe she just said, do you want me to go with you to help make sure you're safe?
That was illegal. You guys tried to stop him over there.
I mean,
You tried to stop him over there.
amazing.
That was illegal. It's an illegal traffic stop in Illinois. It's an illegal traffic stop.
Yeah. She knew her. Now, I don't know whether she's right or not, but she sounds like she knows her
dijo
stuff.
quién era cuando los paró. Él les dijo quién era cuando usted nos paró. ¿Le dijo quién era? Exactly. They didn't even identify who they are.
Oh, she said, did they say who they were when they stopped you? He goes, no, they didn't tell me anything. Exactly. She goes, they didn't even identify themselves. They just stopped
right here,
you.
guys, everybody share VJJ 8080.
She's getting the license plates.
First of all, they tried to do an illegal traffic stop over there, which is illegal in Illinois. Doesn't even have a car plate right here.
Oh, and no license plate in the front of the car, which isn't allowed either in Illinois. Look at her. She gets more license plates of theirs.
P381695. This is illegal. This was an illegal traffic stop over there. They didn't even identify this house. First of all, why are you wearing a mask? Take the mask off. At least you can not wear a mask.
Why are you wearing a mask?
Su fecha de nacimiento.
First of all, why are you wearing a mask? She sounds like an attorney.
Where's your front plate?
Where's
your front plate? This is illegal.
She sounds like an attorney. I mean, look at it. They're starting to pull away now.
Try to do, and mind you, he almost tried to hit me because I did block him. Now what? First of all, an illegal traffic stop, which is illegal in Illinois.
Oh man, look at it. They're gone.
Fucking goofies.
Fucking goofies. That was
a Texas license plate.
Oh, Texas license plate too.
Texas license plate. VJJ 8080.
Could be rent-a-cars, could be National Guard.
I know you see me, so you can't hit me. If you hit me, it's on you.
If you hit me, it's on you. I know you can see me.
VJJ 8080, a Texas license plate. And mind out, we are not liking Avenue.
Yeah, see, there we go. I mean, is that the most insane video you've ever seen? I mean, somebody said moxie. That's the best word. The moxie of this woman, the balls of this woman. Again, because even though what she's doing is legal, I mean, because she was pissing them off, but she was not getting in their face. She was not stopping them. She just said, what you're doing is illegal and I'm going to record this. And they freaked out. I'm surprised they backed down. I'm surprised they cared that it was illegal. But again, I think because these are rent-a-cops. I think these are guys just hired and they have no idea what the law is. That wasn't even TikTok. Otherwise, I would have identified the account. That looks like it was from, I don't know, that was like live on some other like Instagram or something else. It wasn't TikTok. If it was TikTok, I would have told you guys the account. If it was Instagram, I would too, but people have been sharing it and they cut off all the stuff that shows. It could have been Facebook Live. I don't know. The identifier wasn't on the video. Yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty freaking amazing. Anyway, I just had to show that because that made me happy. And again, that's what I'm talking about bearing witness. You obey the law. You don't break the law. but you don't. And again, what's the saying that Timothy Snyder and the other folks say? Obeying in advance. They want you to be quiet. Don't be quiet. Don't let them scare you into not exercising your constitutional rights, right? How do you know what the law is in your state? Google it. I mean, really, that's what I would say. Thank you, Gender. Google it. I mean, literally, Google your state and say, what is the law regarding traffic stops, or what is the law specifically regarding traffic stops of ICE or immigration officials? That's because they have more leeway. I'm also not 100% sure she's right about the immigration thing, because unfortunately, the immigration guys have more leeway to screw around with your civil rights than do police. So I don't know, but I would Google it, to be honest. You're really worried, call the local ACLU if you're really worried. If you're Latino and you want to know what really is going on, call a local immigration group, stuff like that. Very interesting, amazing though, absolutely amazing. But again, that's what you need to do. You need to stand up to these people. You need to be brave. You need to follow the law. You don't impede with their work, but you bear witness. If they're, feel free to say shame, right? Feel free to say whatever words you want to. The words and again, American free speech laws are very broad. What you're not allowed to do is, you can't really threaten you can't threaten violence. You can't suggest anything illegal. So you can't call for illegal activity, whether that's violence, whether it's other ways of breaking the law. It's not allowed. That would be illegal. But you're allowed to express your opinion. You're allowed to call them fascist. You're allowed to scold them for what they're doing. If you see them breaking the law, you're allowed to say you're breaking the law. You're allowed to record them, right? But bearing witness is incredibly important for what's going on with this whole situation, especially now. So that was very cool. We were talking about the Bolton. We did talk about the Bolton stuff. Yeah. So the Bolton stuff, like I said, I'm not convinced that's a misuse. Trump wanted them to go after him, but in Bolton's case, it looks like he did misuse classified information. Now, having said that, it certainly is ironic that Trump's Justice Department is indicting someone for having classified information in his home when Donald Trump literally stole classified information. And then when it was found out, he refused to return it and claimed it was his, and then decided to show it to, among other people. Trump took highly classified nuclear secrets, as highly classified as you get nuclear secrets, and started showing them to some Australian businessman because Trump thought it made him look cool. And he showed it to him at Mar-a-Lago, and the Australian told other Australian diplomats, "You will not believe what Trump showed me." And the diplomats told their American counterparts, Trump is showing nuclear secrets. He's not president anymore. He's showing nuclear secrets to impress people at Mar-a-Lago. So, yeah. And again, once we found out that Trump had classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, he refused to return them. When Joe Biden found out he had classified documents, he immediately called the FBI and said, "Here they are, take them. And by the way, FBI, come and search all of my 2 or 3 homes to make sure there aren't any more documents." Trump said, "Don't you dare. Your NZs," all this kind of crap Trump said. So it is ironic that Donald Trump is indicting him for classified information abuse, since that's what Donald Trump did. Now, this was a fascinating tidbit from the story. Very scary. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Keep them coming. So I was curious as to what the legal fees are, because that's part of the reason. That's what Trump is doing, this hoping to put his political opponents in jail, but he's also hoping to bankrupt them and punish them even if he can't put them in jail. I had no idea it was this expensive. This was from, I don't know what story. This might have been from CNN. 3 other longtime criminal lawyers put the estimate for defending yourself against all of these charges, like Trump is doing to Comey and Letitia James and everybody. 3 longtime criminal lawyers put the estimate at between $1 million and $5 million if you hire a small law firm, to $25 million or more for a large law firm. A minimum $1 to $5 million to defend yourself if Trump comes after you with this stuff. That's why he's doing it, because he knows he can destroy them just by coming after them. I mean, this is fascist stuff. Thank you, Music Bubbles. Thank you, Gender. That's crazy, isn't it? ICE. So last little big story. Border Patrol. This was Border Patrol, not ICE, but same thing. They're all part of the same agency. They work together. Border Patrol, a story kind of broke today. It happened in September. Local affiliate, Fox CBS affiliate down in Texas confirmed it. Border Patrol agents arrive at the home of this guy and his family and say, we received a tip that there are illegal migrants here. Imagine, first of all, imagine this guy coming to your door and saying, you got illegals in your house. I'd be like, get out. I'd be like, where's your warrant, right? Get away from me. The guy, being a good American, says, you can search my house. There is nobody illegal here. But he says, but I need to warn you, I have a Rottweiler who's a very strong defense dog. I need to put him in the bathroom first because otherwise he may attack you seeing a stranger. And the cops say, no problem. So that, again, guy's first mistake was even letting them in. Because the guy says, you can search my house, just to thank him, what do the agents do? They go, do you have ID on you? At that point, I would have been like, now you're leaving, right? You're going to make what? Because they think this guy's illegal now. So he goes, do you have ID on you? And he goes, yes, sir. I've got it in my SUV. Let me go outside and get it. Again, he's being a very good guy. He goes to his car. What does the idiot agent do? He goes to his car. He's already put the dog in the bathroom. What does the idiot agent do? The agent starts searching the house. He opens the bathroom door. The dog comes out and he shoots the dog dead. He told the guy, he told him about the dog. And the idiot goes and opens the bathroom door. The dog is dying. They're begging the agents for help. I don't know what the agents could do, but they're begging the agents for help. The agents refused to help. I don't know what kind of help they could do. Maybe the help was, can you drive us somewhere? I don't know what it was, right? But the agents refused to help. They refused to help. Okay. The dog dies. They're livid. They were like, what is the name of that guy? We're getting his name. We're filing a complaint. We can't tell you his name. Where is he? We don't know where he is. The agent ran and hid, and they wouldn't give the agent's name after killing the guy's dog. Unbelievable, these people. Absolutely. And again, the negligence involved. What kind of an idiot are you when someone says, I've got a Rottweiler, he's vicious, I need to lock him up in the bathroom, and you go through and you just open all the doors, including the bathroom door. Now, I'm sure the agent's going to be like, well, I didn't know which one was the bathroom. Well, then what prompted you to go in on your own and open doors when you didn't know which door was a bathroom, but you knew one of the doors contained a deadly dog? Like, what's wrong with you? These people, absolutely horrific. Finally, Saturday is the No Kings protest. It is a huge pro-democracy, pro-America, anti-Trump protest happening across the United States. You can Google in your own town and see where and when. In Washington, D.C., it's at noon on Saturday, right near the Canadian Embassy, 3rd and Pennsylvania, Northwest. I will be there. Damien will be there. I will be wearing, I've actually just arrived downstairs. I was going to get it for today's show. I'll show you tomorrow. I have a huge American flag cape that goes, it's as big as your back and goes all the way down to like your knees or more. And it's a big cape of the American flag. I thought it'd be nice. I thought that's kind of a good one for the protest. Since they claimed we were all anti-American, I was like, oh, now I'm really taking my flag with. I also got a bunch of bracelets that said, I love the USA. And I bought like 40 extra, and anybody who mentions my flag, I'm going to be like, ooh, bracelet. So more people can have the Americana stuff. I know the frog costume would be funny. Grenouille. Je suis Monsieur Grenouille. I love that word in French. Anyway. All righty. That is it for the news. That's not a bad amount. That's 45 minutes. Now we do our hangout. This is the part of the show. We hang, we talk, you ask questions, you give me comments, whatever you like. The dog squeaky toy. Oh boy. All right. But yes, it'll be fun. So the costume's downstairs. I'll bring it up in a minute. But that'll be Saturday. And then Saturday, we'll just see. We'll see. I'm going to try to broadcast live from there. I'm not convinced it's going to work because previously when I've tried to broadcast from events, everybody is, oh, hey, midday. Everybody is trying to everyone's trying to upload videos and stuff to Instagram, and you typically can't stream. Like even uploading a video, I may try. I'm not convinced I could even upload a video. I doubt it. Even on a good day, uploading videos is very because it takes so much energy to upload, or so much bandwidth to upload from outside. Let's see what happens. Ben, thank you for the gift. What's the chance if things get really bad, there's a military coup in the U.S. to reinstate democracy? Do you think Trump will send ICE to voting stations? At some point, we might have a military coup to reinstate democracy. Yes. It could be related to the elections. It could be related to Trump shooting domestic peaceful protesters. I think there's a very good chance of that happening if Trump goes in the direction he's going. I don't know how TikTok would feel about me expressing an opinion on that. Or I don't know how US law would be about me expressing an opinion on that. I guess I'll skip my opinion on whether the military should step in and save our democracy. But I think there's a very good chance of it happening eventually. Yeah. Do I think Trump will send ICE to voting stations in 2026? Absolutely, positively. Absolutely. It's the very least of what he's going to do. Keep in mind, he tried to violently overthrow the government in 2020, was it 2024? They tried to send fake election results to Washington. He tried to strong arm secretaries of state in Georgia to fake the election results, and he got away with it. If that's what he did last time, what's he going to do this time? I mean, they tried to violently overthrow the government and he got away with it. What's worse than trying to violently overthrow the government? So, yeah, I mean, Gavin Newsom of California already said he fears Trump may call off the 2028 presidential election, that we're not going to have one. So, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I'll take video at least at the protest, and worst comes to worst, I come home and I upload them, but it'd be nice. I'm going to try to upload some. It's hard because also writing the text and everything else, but I can probably uploading. It's going to be the worst part, but we'll see. Well, that's going to be the question. I mean, what's going to be interesting to see is, does Trump try to arrest the governor of California? Does he try to arrest the governor of Illinois, the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of Portland? That's going to be interesting. Does he try to take over the police, which he already tried in Washington, D.C.? Insurrection Act, where he can take over the local police. Does he then try to take over the local city overall and say, I'm in charge of Chicago. I'm in charge of Portland. I'm in charge of Oregon. I mean, and again, each step gets scarier and scarier, I don't know what she's doing. There you are. Of course, there you are. I knew she was somewhere. I'm like, I'm hearing whining. Hello. I hear you. I know. I actually just put some, I had some fake, I've been wanting to get fake candles forever. I got them last Christmas, I think, but I forgot to take them out. I finally took them out, and they're on a timer, although the comments might be in the way. But let me try. There we go. But I decided to put them there in the little nook inside my TV stand. I think they're really nice. And I'm going to have them go on every night as on a little timer thing. You guys, you won't be able to see them very well, but they're for TikTok and for YouTube and Discord, they're over here. You might be able to see, but they're very cool. I think they're very pretty. So I did have a podcast years ago. I don't anymore. Sasha, please stop. Come here. Hey, it's only 6:45. You don't get to whine to me this early. Cut it out, please. God, I know. I do have nice plants. I love my plants. More of them are coming in soon. I've got a bunch of them outside. I'm trying to force my Christmas cactuses to bloom. So they're out. So they're outside enjoying the colder weather while it's still not freezing. And this typically for 4 to 6 weeks of this might be able to help them bloom. David, be nice. I did not actually practice law. I had 2 law jobs in law school I hated, and I went straight to work on Capitol Hill for a U.S. senator. So I hear you. I know. Give it a rest. Anti-war protest in Russia. I didn't hear about any new anti-war protest in Russia. So don't know. Don't know. Thank you. Inappropriate. I do this for a living. What do I do now for a living? I do this for a living. I started doing this full time several years ago. Just doing videos throughout the day and then the news report every night, Monday to Friday. I do this report for you guys. It takes several hours to prepare. And then I do about an hour, 15, hour and a half. All right, now she wants more water. I will give you a little more water. Fine. A little more water for the dog. 1 second. All right. All right. There you go. And where's my little... I made a little bit more of the Scottish tablet last night. It's this Scottish dessert that's kind of like fudge. I'm trying to find a small one. It's very good. It's kind of like fudge. There's a small piece. It's very sweet, but it's very good. But it takes an hour. It takes an hour to make, which is not fun. So I'm having. Here, we'll try. It's very sugary, but it's very good. Oh my god. It's like caramel. Oh my god. I'm putting this in the fridge so I don't eat it. Oh wow. God, it's good. Oh, that's good stuff. Put it up for auction. I could auction that stuff, actually. That's funny. You're right. I probably could. It's very good. I can share the recipe. It's a bit of a pain in the ass because it's candy. And I could send it by mail easily because it's so hard. It's candy. So it's got to cook for an hour. But you're boiling it for an hour. Oh, it's not fun. Tablet. You can Google it, Scottish. But you're boiling it for an hour. It's sweetened condensed milk, whole milk, butter, sugar. That's it. And you bring it to a boil and then leave it on a slow boil, stir it every couple of minutes, and then towards the last 15 minutes, stir it every minute or so. But it's an hour of boiling. Oh my God. Appeals court in Illinois. I did not see that. It is a caramel of sorts because it caramelizes. It gets darker and darker. It's very good. It's very good. It's very sweet. It's surprisingly yummy though, because Callum had said to me, Callum's here. Callum had said, it's not that sweet. It's pure sugar, but because of the caramelization, it's quite good. I mean, it's pure sugar, but if anything, the pure sugar means you have a bite. Like I had that piece and I'm kind of like, okay, that's good because it's so much sugar, but the caramel makes it tastier. You could certainly add nuts to it. I added chocolate. That was a mistake. The chocolate took away from it. It really is. I added some vanilla. The recipe did not have vanilla, which I don't know what crazy person didn't add vanilla. But it's quite good. Yeah. See, I've got I'll have to put the recipe on Discord because I've got the recipe here, but it's kind of a long. I actually got the recipe off of TikTok. It's quite good. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I wrote a longer recipe. The longer recipe isn't necessarily necessary, but I'll put it on Discord. You could add sea salt. It's pretty salty already. Well, the texture is fudge, but it's not. It's firmer. It's firmer than fudge. It's not hard and brittle. It's hard, but it's not brittle. It's softer. It's softer than brittle. Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's very good though. I mean, it's very sweet, but it's very good. It's not really taffy either. Honestly, you know what it reminds me of a little bit, which I hate, is halva. It's not halva, but the texture, there's a little bit of a suggestion of the texture of halva. If halva were harder, I hate halva. So I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's not toffee. It's something different. Because it's firmer and grittier a little bit. Yeah. Tablet, like a tablet that you write on or something. And Scottish tablet or Scotch tablet. Yeah, caramel's constantly turning. It takes an hour to do. I mean, of course, it's not like halva, but I'm trying to compare what the texture is fallen. I don't know I don't know what else to compare the texture to of this. It's a unique texture. Um, you know. Anyway, it's excellent. It's just an hour. I will say this: I made it like for Thanksgiving, and I was very surprised that sucre à la crème, peut-être, je sais pas. I was very surprised at Thanksgiving because you basically eat it, and at first you bite it and you go, "Oh, it's a little sweet," and then the caramel flavor kicks in, and you go, "Oh," because it's very rich, and then people go, "Oh," and then they have a second piece, which is funny because it's like I said, it's super sweet, but this toffee richness comes through at the end that makes you go, "Oh," it's very good. Anyway, lovely stuff. The problem is you have to cook it for an hour. So even a microwave, maybe you got to keep stirring it. Maybe, I don't know. Microwave it'd be nice if you could do it in a microwave because it sucks. Stirring the damn stuff, it just sucks. So, because basically what you're doing is it's candy. You're boiling off the water and then cooking it you're literally cooking it until it reaches 248 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius. You're it's candy. You have to cook it to that temperature and then it's ready. Thank you, Danny. You cook it until it reaches 248 Fahrenheit, which is about an hour. I found once it hits boiling, it's about an hour. But you have to cook it to 247 to 248 because it's candy. And even if you've not made candy, you're probably familiar with how candy, you've got to boil until it reaches a certain temperature, softball or whatever stage or different stages. It's because something chemically happens in the candy at those temperatures or it won't work correctly. So you can't really say how much time, Gone through, you weirdo. Yeah. I was say caramel. I've made I made dulce de leche once. Oh my God. That took forever. Absolutely forever. So anyway, it's good though. I need to make some, actually I need to make a banana bread because my bananas are getting ripe enough now. You cook maple syrup, then put it on some snow and use a stick to roll it. Oh, that's funny. You cook the maple. So do you like boil down the maple syrup? I guess you could make maple syrup candy. Why not? Right? Taco means Trump always chickens out. It's a nickname that the Wall Street guys made for Trump because Trump kept flip-flopping. So they called him a taco. It's like, Hi. Hello. I know. Hi. Relax, please. Relax. Oh, thank you. I'm like reaching out to pet the dog. Thank you, Julie. Dulce de leche is very good. Not sure what to use it for, really, other than ice cream, maybe. It's a kind of caramel, really. But boy, oh my God. Again, it takes an hour. I remember once I made it, I was like, oh my God. I got back from Argentina. I was like, I'm making dulce de leche. 53 pounds of caramel a week for work. Took almost 2 hours. Yeah. Well, again, probably because you had a bigger vat, it took even longer. You basically have to boil the water out of it and then it cooks even further. And it takes a while to boil the water out. Yeah. So, what do you do? Anyway, what else, guys? Anybody going to the protest this weekend? Just curious. Certainly the Americans, Canadians too. You're going to have some in Canada, I believe. Montreal, maybe you guys were saying. Ash, excellent. German, good. Blue. I'm not going to name everybody. I'm echoing. I shouldn't be echoing. I've got my good microphone on. Oh, yeah, I do have my good microphone. I should not be echoing. If it's not echoing for anybody else, you may want to leave and come back. It may fix itself. But it should not echo because this microphone's like excellent microphone. This weekend, Saturday, across America, they are holding the No Kings protest, which is a huge protest that happened a few months ago. It's going to be gigantic this time. I mean, I'm saying that literally. It is an anti-Trump, pro-America protest, basically opposing fascism, about no king, saying America has no king. It is going to be enormous. It's happening nationwide. Even the Canadians are having it. And I mean, it's going to be very big. So our Washington one starts at noon. Depends what state you're in or city. Oh, the Germans are everyone to support. That's nice. Midterm elections are November of next year. So early November of 2026 are the congressional elections. An anti-fascist American parade. I've got my American flag I'm going to be wearing. We're going to be extolling the Constitution, all the stuff that the MAGA people can't stand. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, George Washington, freedom, the flag. I've got like a 5-foot flag I'm going to be wearing. It's going to drive the crazies crazy. The frogs. I hope there's a lot of frogs that show up. I've got a really good camera I can bring too, but I'm divided on bringing my good camera. I just don't want it to get in the way. I'm not sure if it'll get in the way. I've got an excellent camera for shooting distances, which I like, but I often find I don't use it. And when I don't use it, it's a pain in the ass, so I'm not sure about that. It may not be worth it. So I don't know. I doubt in this town people are going to bring riot shields. In Washington, D.C., I doubt it. Again, I don't think there's going to be a lot of police. I think they're going to put police at the White House because Trump is going to have the police at the White House because he's scared to death. I don't think anyone's going. The parade's happening across town. It's not even near the White House. Like it's a couple blocks from the Congress, but I think it's intentionally not near the White House. So, my Trump wig, I could bring my Trump wig, although I don't want to be a Trumper. Then I look like Trump. Then I've got the American flag and the Trump wig. I probably won't bring the Trump wig. Probably not. But you've got a real king in Norway. I know. We're trying. We are trying. We'll keep standing up to him. We shall. But it's going to be a huge protest. Huge protest. Who is Ace Frehley? I see a number of people talking about he died. Who is this person? Fill in the rest of us. Eddie and Billy Box. I can Google, but since you're here. Oh, I said Google and it went off, of course. Oh, the founder of KISS. But was he one of the KISS guys? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know the name. I only know what's his face, whose name I can't remember. You know who I mean? The lead guy. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's sad. No, did not. That's too bad. Let me look here. Oops, I'm gonna get my glasses. Wow. Wow. They're saying like, although is the Telegraph, Gene Simmons, that's the one. Yeah. Is the Telegraph like decently trustworthy? I feel like the Telegraph is trustworthy enough, right? The Daily Mail is not, but for the British friends, Telegraph is okay, or no, it's not. It's not the Daily Mail, but what's the deal with the Telegraph? It's that's what I was gonna say. It's better than the Daily Mail, but still not great. Or what? I'm not really asking right wing, although that's good to know if it's right wing, but it's not Daily Mail tabloid though. Okay. Well, because there's an article, Western executives who visit China are coming back terrified. Robotics has catapulted Beijing into a dominant position in many industries. The Western executives are walking through dark factories where robots run the show so efficiently the lights don't even need to be on. One executive saw a plant pumping out phones with 0 workers on the floor, just a few people watching the machines. Wow. Ooh. Pope Leo is getting set to disband Opus Dei. Interesting. Just trying to see what other news. Yeah. So what's this appeals court? I'm not seeing it on Twitter, but Elon's so screwed up Twitter. I may have to Google appeals court. Yeah. Elon's so screwed up Twitter that you can't get breaking news anymore. God, I can't wait till he sells it. It's really, I mean, let's see, appeals court or appellate court. Let's see. No. News. Here we go. Okay. A federal appeal court on Thursday continued to block President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops within the Chicago area. That's good. Amid ongoing immigration protests, but allowed the service members to remain under federal control. The three-judge panel for the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit said in a unanimous decision that the facts do not justify Mr. Trump's actions in Illinois under the section of federal law known as Title 10, which the president has invoked to federalize National Guard troops to protect federal immigration personnel and government facilities. Over the weekend, the Seventh Circuit issued a preliminary order that temporarily blocked the deployment of Guard troops within Illinois, but allowed them to remain under federal control. Its decisions Thursday maintains that posture, with the panel explaining its reasoning in an 18-page decision. But is this a temporary rule, a restraining order, or is it a decision? Sasha? Now what? Stop. I'm not sure which one this is. At this stage, we cannot say the administration is likely to succeed in, this sounds like a temporary, in demonstrating that the president lawfully federalized the Guard under Provision 10. It consists of judges appointed by George Bush, Obama, and Trump. Woo! Oh, wow. 3 judges, a Bush judge, an Obama judge, and a Trump judge all agreed that what Trump was doing was unlawful. Wow. Wow. And what they're saying is basically he's lying. He's claiming things are worse than they are. I still fear the Supreme Court is going to give the president wide latitude to decide what is and isn't an insurrection and a rebellion. That's my fear. Interesting. So this is still the temporary order. Is it just explaining the temporary order, or is it another order? This article probably was written by a non-lawyer. That would be my sense here. Let me try to find something a little better. New York Times, they might be better. Let's see. Political opposition is not a rebellion, wrote the court panel. Now that gets interesting. Again, the Supreme Court is MAGA. They could still screw everything up. But an appeals court says political opposition is not rebellion. That is a huge rebuke against Trump, right? Thank you, Mustard, by the way. That's pretty big. Federal appeals panel, New York Times, on Thursday agreed with a lower court judge who had blocked the Trump administration from deploying National Guard troops. The 18-page preliminary ruling by a 3-judge panel concurred. So it's a preliminary ruling. Okay. So this is, so the appeals court had not previously ruled on this. The other article sounded like she did, or they did. This is making it sound like this is the first time this appellate court has weighed in, if I'm reading this correctly. Yeah. So the decision means National Guard troops cannot be stationed on the streets outside ICE facility in Broadview, Illinois. Wow, that's really good. Wow, that's really good. Political opposition is not rebellion, the judges wrote. The spirited, sustained, and occasionally violent actions of demonstrators in protest of the federal government's immigration policies and actions without more does not give rise to a danger of rebellion against the government's authority. Good. That's good. That's very good. Now, preliminary means because they are the judges are convinced that the state is going to win in the end against Trump on this. The question is what the Supreme Court does. Because this Supreme Court, unfortunately, that's good. That's very good. All right. I'm glad to see that. That's excellent. Wow. Good. Very good. All right. If my iPad wants to be updated. I don't think it can be updated. Oh, God, it's going to do this again. Oh no, it's just this bullshit. Okay. Apple Pay. Go away, Apple Pay. God, you're annoying. Anyway, go away, Apple Pay. That rhymes. Sasha's good. She's laying down again now in her bed. Up, thank you, TK. You know that gets you a goat. You get the regular goat, the big goat, the small goat, or the Halloween special goat. Up to you. Up to you. Everyone seems to like the Halloween one because it is pretty cool. It does a cool Halloween song and then does a screaming. But that gift gets you one of them. You tell me which. Hey, thank you from Norway. Do you want one of the goats? You get one of the goats as the gift for that, as my thank you. Well, you don't get the goat. I get to play the goat. But I have a very big one that screams. I have a little one that screams, and then a little Halloween goat that screams that you get for that gift. Well, again, you get me to play it. Hey, North Carolina. Shows about politics, although right now we're hanging out. So we're hanging out now in general, but I do a nightly show Monday to Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time, U.S., and we talk about the latest news from the U.S. in general. Also talk about the war in Ukraine because we care about it, but talk a lot about what's going on in Washington, where I live. My background is journalism and politics and law. I've worked as a professional journalist, among other things, so I've have a lot of insight as to what is going on and try to help people understand what's going on in these troubled times, so to speak. So, TK, it's up to you, but you get to pick one. The Halloween goat is the most fun, I will say, and it's topical too. If TK weighs in and I miss it, let me know. Anyway. So, anyway. What else, guys? My hand's healing slowly. I mean, I'm doing they had me slowing down on the exercises because it was swollen, but it's still doing weird things. Like now there's a little swelling over here. I don't know. It's doing all sorts of weird things. I really don't understand what it's doing. The swelling up here is going down a little, which is good, but now I've got two new things swollen here, and I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know. It's coming slowly. Inappropriate. That seems kind of inappropriate in today's day and age. Like the questions, I know because you give gifts and stuff, so I know who you are, but the question comes across creepy with everything going on. So I'd say, let's skip that one for now. Bigger hands than Trump. There you go. Halloween goat. All right. We're doing the Halloween goat. Thank you again for the gift, TK. And then one more. It really is a great goat. I'm very upset that the other ones, again, we have, just to show you all, we do have two others. Where's the, So the regular goat is this guy. He just screams and he's cool. Near Vardalo's Big Fat Greek Wedding lady turned me onto this one. And then the big one, which we do like, which I think Ashley may have found this one. I don't recall, but he's kind of fun. He screams too, but he's huge, which is kind of fun. So we have many goats, but the Halloween one is insanely cool. One of you guys, I don't remember who, maybe messaged me here on Instagram, maybe here, and told me about it. And I was like, oh my God, it's like $10. Oh my God, it's so cool. So I was like, oh yeah, for $10, we're getting the Halloween goat. So yeah, it's taken a while though, Jens. I mean, it's still, again, it's still not improving much anymore, which I'm not happy about. You know what I mean? It's still kind of, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's closing more, but it's just kind of, I've been exercising every night. It's not fun. Goals or goats, Steer? I like eating goats, which I feel bad now because I've now met goats and they're very nice animals. So I feel bad eating them now. But Greeks cook goats and they're quite tasty, actually. Hi, I know, I hear you. They're quite tasty. But stop. But then I met my friend, a friend of mine in France has a goat, and I met his goat, and his goat was basically a dog. It was crazy. I've not tried Epsom salts. I never quite know. I do the warm water. I guess I could put Epsom salts to see if it helps. I do the warm water every night. Please stop. Hey, thank you. Can I I'm going to pick you up. You're going to say hi. Yay, you can say hello. There you go. She hates being picked up. I'm in. I know. You're going to lick me? Okay, you can lick me. There you go. She hates being picked up, but she's like, okay, if I can lick you, I guess we can tolerate it. There you go. Oh, my God. She's also gotten into this licking thing lately that drives me a little bit crazy. I mean, she hates being picked up, but because she's licking me, she's like, okay, I guess we'll do that. Yes. A little heavy. I mean, she's not heavy, but she's heavy. I just weighed her. She should be 10 pounds, but I may weigh her again and see if I weighed it correctly because she's feeling a little weighty to me. All right, you can go down. She's feeling a little heavy, and she shouldn't be heavy. She shouldn't be heavy because I just weighed her, but sometimes like digital scales, like you get two different measurements. Like you get one and then you go back, you get another, and you're like, wait a minute. So maybe she is heavy. I don't know. She's craving everything. She's 15 and a half. So she keeps trying to eat everything, you know? Yeah, you should be 10 pounds. Anyway. I mean, she may need salt, but what do you do? You know, she's trying to eat every plant. She's trying to eat everything, you know, but like I said, I'm going to weigh her again because she was exactly 10 pounds, which she should be. But now I'm wondering because the scale sometimes when you get on it twice in a row, it gives you two different readings and I don't know why. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyway. All right, guys, we're at 7:15. So I'm about to sign off. I think she is very cute. She's very sweet. I mean, she's a pain in the ass, but she's very sweet. She's back in her bed now. You know, yeah, I mean, I tried vitamins. The problem is the doggy vitamins I got her upset her. So I gave up on the doggy vitamins. So, you know, she gets her fish oil, which is good for her brain and also, you know, inflammation and kidneys and stuff. So, you know, and she gets a good food. So hopefully she's getting enough vitamins for her food's because of her kidneys. She's getting a good food. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to go, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Donald's love for Norway is fading. I didn't know. Is he pissed at Norway now? I don't know. But I'll be back tomorrow. The fish oil comes in a pump. You pump it on top of the food and it's done. Also, I used to get the fish oil pills. You pop it with a toothpick and drizzle it. Just squeeze it onto the food very easily. You know, you see what the quantity, but for her, it was one fish oil thing for each meat for once a day. The other one the doctor recommended, he's saying 2 pumps. So it's fine. It's not cheap, but it's not like, you know, she's small, so it's not that bad, you know. But you can buy good stuff on but you've got to look and see there's better fish. You've got to get a triglyceride formula or something. It's more easily metabolized by the dogs, something like that. So if you buy it, you know, look for the good stuff. But I used to get the good other good stuff on Amazon. This is even better. But the good stuff on Amazon that you know, that's good. But apparently it's good for inflammation, so it's good for the kidneys. Also can be good for brain, like cognitive stuff as they're getting older. So I was like, you know, why not? Anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to get going, though. Tomorrow back at 6 o'clock Eastern time, U.S., we'll talk about the latest news. And then, salmon oil. And then Saturday is the parade. I would say picnic. The parade. Saturday's the protest. No kings. So I will be there. Ukraine is not getting tomahawks, Emil. I doubt there's any breaking news because Trump is now meeting with Putin, so there's no way he's going to announce tomahawks now. The whole point in meeting with Putin was to get Putin to make Trump stop giving the tomahawks. So that Putin successfully once again beat Trump on that one. Yeah, Kremlin says Putin warned Trump against supplying tomahawks. Of course he did. He's such a taco. I take fish oil as well. I do. Yes. He's such a taco. Anyway, all right. Good night, guys. Kalinita fallen. Putin gets as many chances as Putin wants, Carrie. Because he's Putin. Trump will give him every little thing he wants. It's crazy. All right. I'm going to go, guys. All right. Good to see you all. We'll be back tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And then Saturday, you know, look for the guy with the 5-foot flag. That'll be me or Damien. All right. Have a good night, guys. All right, I'm going to start with Discord. Jeffrey, Kate, Visionary, and JTA. Good to see you guys. All right. YouTube. Have a good night, guys. Yep, no missiles yet.